We are back with more of My Southern Home, and I'm here with Amy Tremayne with the Tremayne Group and 10 Oaks Real Estate. And Amy, I'm so excited to have you with us here today because this real estate market is so fast, and I kind of want the viewers to know exactly what's going on and what to expect right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So the real estate market in Nashville has actually gone up about 26% from last year. So it's kind of a crazy market right now. We're seeing record lows in inventory. Days on market right now in Williamson County are averaging about 3 days on market, and then the average price point is about $905,000. So it's kind of a crazy market. It's moving really, really fast right now. Again, in Williamson County, we're looking at a 2% increase in pricing every single month. So one of the main questions that we get asked most often really is, should I wait to buy? Is there a crash coming? And so based on all of the research from the experts and kind of what's happening in the market right now is we have so many high-paying jobs coming into this area between Amazon, Oracle, GM, Facebook. All of these companies are moving so many high-paying jobs with average salaries of about $180,000 to $250,000. So it's really increasing our pricing, but it will most likely stay that way.
So what should homeowners expect right now when they're getting ready to go into this market and put their home up for sale and then buy something else?
So expect to be homeless if you do not have a post-close lease back. So one of the main things that I tell every one of my sellers, at each listing appointment is that your house is going to sell. It's going to sell really quickly and most likely in the first weekend. I can't ever guarantee that that's going to happen because I don't have a crystal ball, but based on what's happening in the market right now is homes are selling really fast in one weekend. So a lot of our sellers are asking for what's called a post-close leaseback, which just means that, when they so we'll close on the sale of their home and then they will purchase their new home. They will stay there for up to 60 days is what a conventional mortgage allows. So they'll stay there for 60 days and then we'll really start home shopping while they have cash in hand from the proceeds of their sale.
Well, and that's really important right now because houses are moving so fast. You want to be as competitive as possible. Mm-hmm. And some of that competition, especially with the home prices right now, is how much cash on hand you have.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of the times we're running into what we see as an appraisal gap. I guess not as often as we were seeing it a couple of months ago because I feel like the appraisals are kind of catching up with the price tag of the home. But cash on hand is definitely needed right now. Home sale contingencies are they're not competitive. If we have a house that has 15 offers on it, that seller is not going to want to take on the risk of a home sale contingency. So it really just helps, my sellers not end up in a homeless situation because their house sells before they can actually purchase a new home.
So one of the things that's happening too right now is with home inspections. So, people are hearing pass-fails. So what are you seeing with the home inspections right now?
So a pass-fail home inspection, essentially just what that means is that, when you come in, the buyer is going to have an inspection to the home. They're going to have the foundation checked, the roof checked, the plumbing, all of those pieces, but they're not going to ask the seller to make any repairs or do any type of a price concession. They're going to accept the home in as-is condition.
And even though there's not negotiation, it's really important for that buyer to have a home inspection, especially when you have these gaps where you're maybe putting cash down. Mm-hmm. You want to know what kind of home you're buying.
Yeah, exactly. The worst situation, for me as an agent would be, a seller or a buyer chooses not to have a home inspection and then they pay, $1 million for a home. And then they find out that it has a crumbling foundation, or it needs a new roof, or just some major problem with that home that, they could have walked away and, purchased a different home if they would have known. So it's a really scary type situation, to be in as an agent when I have a buyer that says I'm choosing not to have a home inspection.
Well, and with the home inspection, it's very basic, but then you can go in and you can purchase additional inspections.
Yes.
That I feel like in this environment, is very, very smart to do.
Yeah, no, definitely, because the home inspector is not an expert in the specific trade. So, I mean, a home inspector is not an expert in roofing. They're not an expert in foundation. And so, the ones that we work with are really great at saying, okay, listen, like this is what I found, but I'm not an expert in this area. So I really recommend you hire an additional inspection to take place to confirm what I'm seeing. Hail damage on roofs, that's one that we see a lot. And then we'll get a roofer out there and it ends up being an impact mark from a hammer when the roof was installed. So it's those types of things that, the home inspectors, they're not experts in that field, but they can be the first one to see something that could be a problem.
Amy, you are part of a real estate team. So what's the difference between working with a solo agent or a team like yourself?
Great question. So there's a lot of benefits to working on a real estate team. I feel like the first one is really just kind of access to more clients. So, we have agents that are brand new on the team, but they're out working real estate transactions every single week and weekend. So it gives people the opportunity to really kind of, hit the ground running. And then I think the benefit that really keeps people at the team is just kind of the team camaraderie, and the ability to really, learn from the knowledge of the whole team as a whole. You experienced one of our morning meetings. So what we do every single morning is we meet and we talk about, what's going on with our day and, specific problems that we might be running into. And, we really kind of do a meeting of the minds, and it helps us all kind of, have a greater knowledge and understanding of exactly what's happening, especially in such a fast moving market. So no one's a lone wolf.
Well, thank you so much, Amy. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.